which one of your campaigns drives the best phone leads? If you can't, immediately and confidently answer this question, I guarantee you that you're wasting ad spend, and this is ad spend that you can't afford to waste right now. And the reason for that is that if you don't have visibility into the conversions that you're driving over the phone, you just can't make your baseline calculations correctly. If you don't know how many conversions you're having on the phone, you can't calculate your CPA right. You're probably overestimating it. We did a study on that a while back, and we found that most marketers overestimate their CPA by 46% because they're not tracking conversions that happen over the phone. Same thing with your return on ad spend. If you're missing that 20 to 40% of your conversions that Stacy was talking about, you can't calculate return on ad spend correctly. And you're wasting ad spend because you might be you're probably putting money in the wrong place. So a lot of marketers might be able to count how many calls that their campaign is driving. It's okay, this campaign drove a lot of calls, I'm gonna put more money behind it, but they don't really know what the result of it was. And on top of that, you're retargeting people that may have converted on the phone. So basically okay, you see your online journey, they dropped off here, they didn't convert, let's retarget that customer. But if they converted over the phone and you didn't know it, you're wasting money and you're annoying people with the retargeting ads. They're you bought that, stop showing me these ads. So you're providing a bad customer experience too. And you also can't really build high value audiences because you don't know who's calling and who's really spending that much on the phone. Because these could be a lot of your really high value customers. And let's just look at an example of how this can happen. Check this chart out. Which one of these paid search terms is really performing? You're going to look at Court Bank Mortgage, our branded search term. That one's driving the most calls. Let's put some more money behind it, and we'll dial back on the other two because that's the one that's driving all of the calls from the campaign. But once you can see how many conversions are being driven, that changes everything. Court Bank Mortgage is actually driving the fewest conversions. First Time Mortgage is the one that's driving your high value calls that are actually converting. So you might have been pulling money away from First Time Mortgage, putting it behind Court Bank Mortgage, and who knows what those people were actually calling for. They're calling for driving directions. They're calling to check their bank balance. They're not calling to take out a new mortgage and become a customer. And I think a really great example of this is our customers at Rogers Communications. I feel like it's just a little bit ironic because they're a communications company and they really didn't have any visibility into what was happening on the phone. But it goes to show that it happens to everyone. It happens to a lot of marketers. And I think a really great thing that Rogers did, it wasn't just about getting visibility into how many conversions they were getting. They wanted to see who their most high value callers were, what campaigns are driving the most high value calls, so they could really focus on those. And what they did with that conversion data, so they're able to associate revenue with that call and figure out which one of their and feed that conversion data to Google Ads Smart Bidding, which is able to then bid on the keywords that are driving these high revenue calls. On top of that, they were using a call routing as well to make sure that everyone's getting to the right agent right away and to decrease abandonment. And they got some great results with this. They drove their CPA down 82%, revenue up 18%, and doubled the number of qualified leads that they're driving. And just to highlight what Stacy said earlier about turning that light switch on, Charlie said, he's no longer shooting in the dark. So that's exactly what we want to do, is turn that light on and get full visibility of your entire customer journey.